I do intend to file a motion to vacate against Speaker McCarthy this week. I think we need to rip off the Band-Aid. I think we need to move on with new leadership that can be trustworthy.
Matt Gaetz made good on his promise to move to push Kevin McCarthy out as Speaker. And now it appears that he may actually have the votes to make it happen. Welcome into TYT Overruled. I am your host, Adrienne Lawrence.
He says he's coming for you. Can you survive?
Yes, I'll survive. You know, this is personal with Matt. Matt voted against the most conservative ability to protect our border, secure our border. He's more interested in securing TV interviews than doing something. He wanted to push us into a shutdown, even threatening his own district with all the military people there who would not be paid, only because he wants to take this motion. So be it. Bring it on. Let's get over with it, and let's start governing.
Although Kevin McCarthy did not seem fazed about Matt Gaetz's promise to try to move him out, things seem a bit different now, with members of the right ready to ride against the Speaker.
Are you going to vote to oust Kevin McCarthy from his job?
Well, really, I see it as two things. One, do I vote against my friend Kevin McCarthy, or do I go with my conscience? That's kind of where I'm at, and I'm currently praying about it. But I would, if it was right now, I would vote to oust him. Yes.
And of course, there are some members of the GOP who simply want to hear Kevin out, such as Congressman Ken Buck.
Very clear about your frustration with Speaker McCarthy. If you had to vote right now, you're going to have to vote very soon on a motion to vacate. How would you vote?
Well, I don't, fortunately, because I want to hear what Kevin has to say. Kevin promised a number to conservatives when he was running for Speaker, $1.47 trillion. Then when he negotiated with President Biden the debt ceiling deal, he promised President Biden a $1.66 trillion deal. He has promised, for example, he criticized Nancy Pelosi for not holding a vote on an impeachment inquiry, and then he promised he would hold a vote on an impeachment inquiry, and then he announced an impeachment inquiry. He cannot be trusted, and I want to understand why he acts the way he does before I make a final decision on how to vote.
The thing here is that Gaetz only needs a simple majority vote to bump McCarthy out of his post. That means Gaetz can get it done if just a handful of Republicans back him. That is, if the Dems and independents vote against McCarthy, which begs the question of whether the Speaker will be forced to reach across the aisle again.
Just to clarify what you're saying, are you saying that you will not cut a deal with Democrats in order to stay Speaker?
Look, I think this is about the institution. I think it's too important. So anytime that somebody has an ethics complaint and they can't get the way they want about it, they want to roll up and the inside's going to depart with 5 people inside that, I don't think that's good for the House. I believe Nancy Pelosi, for the last 2 speakers ago, came in and said, this isn't good for the House. You have to correct it, so.
That does make one wonder whether McCarthy is looking to Trump for help.
Do you support Matt Gaetz's efforts to remove McCarthy as Speaker?
I don't know anything about those efforts, but I like both of them very much. Yeah.
Do you expect Mr. McCarthy to remain Speaker? Do you support him?
Well, I don't want to comment on it yet. I think it's too early. It just happened a little while ago. I've always had a great relationship with him. He said very nice things, I know, this morning about me and the job I've done.
While I did not anticipate Trump would take sides in this tussle, I also don't know that too many Dems are going to side with Gaetz. It'd just not be a good look to punish McCarthy for reaching across the aisle and working with the left. Then again, feeding the right's chaos and calamity right now would also be pretty entertaining, so who knows what the Dems do. One thing I can tell you that Gaetz is going to do is not back down.
If this does fail, will you bring this up again?
Yeah. How often? Like every day? This would, do you think that you could win this vote eventually, and you're going to keep doing it until you think that you have the votes?
Well, like I've said, it took Speaker McCarthy 15 votes to become the Speaker. So until I get to 14 or 15, I don't think I'm being any more dilatory than he was.
So you let me know how you think this all shake out in those comments below. Hit those like and follow buttons, and thanks for watching.